then they are being told to follow this. And then they have realized how important it is to adopt a culture of safety and its audit. We have quarterly audit reviews and everything for safety. I'm not going in technicality, but primarily I'm focusing on to tell people have to be aware of the norms, what are to be adopted for their own safety, for social safety, and to ultimately finish off the work or the activities in a non-tension, rather I would say, one should not be walked down to give the best due to restrictive mindset of getting hurt or anything like that. At the same time, what we have observed, the productivity has gone up. People have started enjoying life because they feel that they are safe in that environment. They feel that they are taken care of. For us, for me personally, it's a matter of possessiveness which gets preached into. It's not my project. People say it's not my project. Why should I bother? But then they have to be told it's not your project, understood, you're not investing, but it's your creation. Ultimately, a project gives a marketing USP to a particular contractor, consultant, or any agency for that matter. So they have started feeling that it's my project, I have to be owning it, I have to be responsible for myself and my team. Also, safety audits, safety culture, regular monitoring of the various factors which are how to analyze the risk management on a regular basis helps in reducing the effective cost. Cost with respect to breakages, cost with respect to repairs, which are more than what is rather put into execution. People say execution is costly, but if you analyze, a few contractors, even Mr. Devendra will also agree with me, that repairing has more impact on cost and time. So if we do regular safety analysis, if we do regular safety audits, we reduce the time impact, we reduce the cost impact, and we increase the productivity. That is, productivity impact has gone 2 steps ahead. Who are qualified to do safety audits? It's not a specialist consultant, it's a common sense. Like we adopt safety in our own respective houses, we have to adopt them for our professional work. Whether it is our office, whether it is a construction site, whether it is even when I am doing a consultancy work with, for example, any one of you, I will always observe whether the corner of a conference table or a meeting table is sharp or not. If it is, I will always say, point out that it's a potential hazard for an injury. So, one must, as a professional, we have a responsibility to inculcate that culture, not only in our houses but into our home. Educate people. I see a lot of young professionals here. They must be taught not only the theoretical subject or subject of academics, so called, to get more marks, but a habit of adopting certain. We are not able to identify what are the hidden hazards or hidden factors which may affect a human fatality or a LTA or a MIS. By adopting these techniques or common sense what we have, we can identify those hidden factors which might cause into a major hazard. What are those? Like I told you, sharp edges,
Next, the step. I don't see a yellow marking here. I was about to just trip. So these are the things which one may find very normal or very minuscule, but these are the factors which are extremely important in an industry, which are in all. Now in India they have become conscious because of safety council and safety audit agencies, but worldwide these are the things which are taken extremely seriously, and people have lost their licenses to practice professionally or otherwise because of bad design, which involves wrong detailing, which leads to hazard, which leads to unsafe methods of working. So one is this. Then fire. Fire, once seen, we are in awe. In our mythology also, fire is revered, is respected, is rather given a very high esteem in our lives. One of the five elements of nature. Why you are afraid of fire? One must not. One must respect. But if fire is allowed to spread uncontrolled, then it's a demon. So why let it allow to spread? Take measures that it is controlled in a environment, and rather enjoy the fire. For me, I enjoy the fire because I take preventive measures that it should not spread and make other people unsafe for myself. How do we do that? In building industry, again I am very brief on this. There's a lot. It's a huge subject to talk about. Now it's mandatory to have rated buildings. You must all be aware. In our project, as an example, we have designed the entire structure, entire interior with a 2-hour fire rated method by using vermiculite paints, by using intumescent paints, and have ensured that they are part of the design intent. I don't want to hide a intumescent paint which is done well because it does not fit into my scheme of color or scheme of things. On the contrary, I have used that color as one of the interior elements. What it has led to: safety of my building, safety of my people, safety of my workers, and enhanced. I will use the word enhanced the interior part or the space which I am designing. Vermiculite paint. It's a very bad looking paint to look at, gathering dusts. I think all are aware of vermiculite paints and all. I have exposed them in few of my areas where I wanted to expose. I didn't hide them. So these are the measures we have to take apart from the exit routes, fire escape stairs at designated areas, materials what we use for flow, materials which we use for paneling. So again, as Devendra rightly put out, when there is a fire in a building, electrical engineering is to be blamed. I differ from that. It is one of the causes, but not the only cause or not the major cause. For me, cause of fire apart from electrical short circuits is ignorance. In our site, we do not allow anybody to smoke or use any match. But I see lot of places where people are smoking, and I've seen accidents where a person has thrown a matchstick sorry, and it has caught fire on a thermocol which is used for insulation, on plastic which is wrapped for various materials. So why this is so? Because of ignorance. So how do we educate? One is education, second is posting constant vigilance to the work site by means of fire marshals, safety team, audit team, ensure that the entire site is clean and impeccably well maintained without any debris, without any loose material. So these are few steps which you all are aware of. I need not extrapolate or exaggerate those things, but we must make a conscious effort as responsible and accountable people for a project to ensure that these are percolated to the downmost ladder, up to the helper, up to the vendor, up to the transporter who brings lot of goods, trucks, by means of ready mix concrete trucks. All these are very hazardous areas where fatalities can happen. One more thing I would like to say, do we have, as an architect I'm saying now, I own my design. I'm proud of that. This design is mine, we say. But do we own safety? Do we own people's welfare? People's, in our case, are the contractors, laborers, and the task force which is already on. Yes, I am. I say it proudly. I point out, identify near misses, identify possible hazards, possible factors which can lead to these uh, unfortunate incidences. So we as professional citizens must teach, educate and inform our team of people to have incorporated these. So it's again, I would say, it's common sense. Safety for me is common sense. Design is for me common sense. Like I design architecture spaces, safety is also part of design, which is common sense. I would be very happy if we all take a pledge today and in our future times that we take it as responsibility to impart knowledge, guidance, what are the new trends in world as far as safety and engineering safety is concerned, and try to percolate, educate common people at all times, not only during the project times, but with our friends, with our society, home, professional life. I once again thank Devendra and IDAC to have invited me and just to share the practical part of safety. Didn't want to go into technical side. We have other forums to discuss. Thank you very much and nice to meet you all. It's my honor to be with you. Thank you so much.